Hey everyone, it's Hunter with Dalkey Forestry here. I wanted to do a quick little, just a kind of a product overview of something really neat that I'm using here today. I'll flip the camera. So, I'm out here cutting birch poles today. And, at first I was doing it by hand just to see if I enjoyed it or not. And, see if I could actually sell the birch poles. And it went really well, but obviously production was super slow because I was cutting by hand, I was trimming by hand. Everything was super slow. So, my wife went online and found me this little guy. I use Milwaukee batteries, Milwaukee tools, but the Milwaukee trimmer like this was like $300 or $250 or something. I just couldn't justify spending that. But she found many of these little things made by different Chinese companies. Usually I try to buy American made, but I couldn't justify spending $300 when this guy was about 50. So this one in particular is YAWV, YAWV. They're kind of funky, but they've got a nice, easy website, and they're on Amazon. So anyways, I went through and picked this up, and I've been using this for about an hour, and I am just in love with it. It's got a little counter on it, if we can see that. So in an hour, I've made 418 cuts with this thing. And if I would have been doing that by hand, I would have just been dead. So I'm just going to pause the video quick and readjust my hands, and we'll go over this end, and I can kind of operate it with my right hand and show you guys how it works. All right, so we've got this guy here. So I'm going to go over a few features before I start to use it. There's a power button down there at the base of it, and it clips right into my Milwaukee battery. You can get the same snippers or the same trimmers here that I believe you can get them where they take maybe Makita and DeWalt or Milwaukee, but I use Milwaukee batteries, so that's what we got here. Nice bright red one. It's got this little counter on it. Every time it shuts off, it'll shut off automatically if you leave it for, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes or so without activity. It's got this little counter. Every time you hit the button, it counts how many branches you've trimmed. Also shows you your battery percentage up there. Kind of hard to see in the glare, but it'll show you your battery percentage, but Milwaukee's also got the indicator on their batteries. I think most companies do now. Anyways, pretty easy. One little trigger pull, and it goes. You release, and it releases. What's also really nice is I think this, when it's wide open like that, is 1.2 inches or 1.25 inches. But what you can do, I held the trigger for a little bit, and you heard that beep. And now I think it's 3/4 of an inch, maybe 0.7 or 0.75 inches wide. So now you can, do trimming of little branches much faster. So when I got it narrow like this, which is awesome. Let's open it back up. Just like that, it's wide open again now. I had a little bit of wider one there. So you can see it works good either way. I like to shorten it up and have it do the short stroke when I'm doing all the branches. And then when I come to the top of my birch, let's just go through and snip some of these off here. So you can see how fast that goes when I'm using this guy. If I would have been doing that by hand, I can talk and take breaks like this and still do this tree faster than if I was doing it by hand. And now we get to the top up here. I really love this big opening because you can trim up all your fine little branches without an issue. But you can also take, let's say this decorative top is going to stop about here. Look at that. That was a nice beefy, if we can get my video to focus here. That was a nice beefy branch, and we just snipped that off like it's nothing. So really, This has been just a big help for me. It's been pretty awesome. So I couldn't say enough good things about it compared to doing this by hand. But I just wanted to do a quick little overview of this. The big test is going to be how long this holds up for. You know, because this is only cheap Chinesium plastic. So I'm very curious on how long this is actually going to work and hold up for, and all the gears and everything inside. If I keep cutting branches like this and big tops like this. But we'll find out. Right now it's only a few hours old, and it's only got, you know, a few hundred snips through it. We'll find out, and I'd also like to compare it to the actual Milwaukee one sometime. I know they're different, you know, slightly different design, hopefully different build quality, but for 50 bucks, you cannot beat that. We've also got, this one isn't mine. I actually just borrowed this today for a couple hours to try before I buy my own. Actually, I have my own on order as well. I went with another cheap online Chinese company that makes a similar little saw to that Milwaukee handheld saw. So we're going to try this as a Milwaukee hatchet. So that one's going to be here on Saturday, it sounds like, and then I'll probably do a little video of that too next week just to see how it works. But we'll do some comparisons and some long runs, but either way, that's a quick little overview.